Hey, how's it going, comic book community? I want to welcome you back to another comic book call. And I got some really good books on my part this time around. But I guess the best way to put this is that I was actually planning to go to a Comic Con or like a local con next week. But I guess you could say I kind of blew my load a little early. And I may not have enough money to actually go, but I guess you can say that I kind of bought a book that was kind of worth it. But if I have some spare change around come next week, I might still go. But probably I'll only be able to pick up like some dollar bin issues if I can afford to go. So this haul right now is going to mostly consist of half price books, some LCSs, and I just want to get into it. So this one at a half price books, one of my favorites that I've actually haven't been to in a while. I managed to find a random Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue from the original series at number 60. Next up is Green Lantern number 39. Agent Orange Larfleeze on the cover, his first full appearance outside of issue number 25. I managed to find another copy of Green Lantern number 43, Prelude to the Blackest Night. Some random Sonic the Hedgehogs number 38. This one's a newsstand and it's not in the best of conditions, but just being able to find any of this series is actually good for me. Also, number 49. This one's a direct edition and it's in better condition. And then going through their manga section, they've actually had a decent selection this time around. But I guess I wish I would have paid a little bit more closer attention to the books that I was getting, but nevertheless, I was still happy I found these. It's Pokemon Adventures number 1. Uh, my issue with the later books that I got is they weren't actually complete because this set of books actually comes with some stickers in there, and they weren't all complete. However, I was lucky that issue number 1 didn't come with all the stickers intact. Then I managed to get number 2. This one also came with the stickers fully intact. Next up is issue number 3. Unfortunately, this one didn't come complete. This is missing one. And then the next issue, that one's also missing one. But these were in decent conditions. I managed to pick these up for $2 a piece, and then the comics were actually half price. Next up, I got this at an antique mall that I haven't been to in a while. And if you guys have seen the one where I managed to pick up all the Batman keys, that particular seller apparently was not too keen on me picking up that Batgirl 12 for only $3, and he kind of went after the owners of the antique mall, and he managed to pull his booth. So I was just wandering about, and I managed to find Detective Comics number 585, the first Ratcatcher. Uh, Depending on what's going on with the Black Adam and Peacemaker season 2, Ratcatcher 2 is about to show up. And then I managed to hit up another booth, which kind of had some decent keys in there. But this one, not in particular. It's Nightwing number 1 from the New 52. And what's funny about this particular booth is they actually had a whole bunch of Batgirl key issues from like Cassandra Cain, Stephanie Brown, and Barbara Gordon. But most of the labels, like how you see here, this is the first appearance of Seiko, and then the new Nightwing costume. Most of his key issues were centered around the Batgirl movie. I kind of wanted, like, if he was in the store, I would have given him a heads up, like, hey, did you hear the news that, hey, that movie got canceled, so you might want to lower the price on your books. I managed to pick this one up for $5. Ren and Stimpy, or the crossover issue that happens to have Dan Slott's first published work in comics. I'm more of a Ren and Stimpy fan than a Dan Slott fan, but that's not really surprising nowadays. I managed to pick this up at the movie trading company. It was just a cool chemo cover, Supergirl #5. That's where I actually managed to find this long box over here, and it was actually the last one that they had in stock. And if you guys have been to your LCSs, you'll know that finding any kind of storage containers for their books, they're not easy to come by, and then when they are, they're usually selling for anywhere from $15 to $20. I managed to get the long box for only $10 and the comic for only $1. Now these next set of books I actually got in an LCS. This one I'm actually kind of happy that I found a second copy for $5. Daredevil #227, the Born Again storyline. And knowing Disney and the way they handle their movies, it's probably just going to be a name only adaptation of the show. I kind of lost interest in She-Hulk after episode 2, but hopefully they don't find a way to ruin Daredevil. Next up is a second copy of Doorway to Nightmare #1, the first appearance of Madame Xanadu. This one is kind of in better condition than my previous one, but it can still be better. This one was actually an eBay pickup that I managed to get with the little bonus that I got at work before we officially entered the recession. So this book was technically free. It's another Brave and the Bold #57, the first appearance of Metamorpho. So essentially, this book was free for me. Next up, I actually managed to find this at a different LCS, and I can't believe I actually found a copy of this, which on its own could go anywhere from $50 to $70 depending on the condition and how bad somebody really wants it. And I only managed to pick it up for $15. And that's the Skyline variant to Amazing Spider-Man #700. I mean, don't be fooled that there is a major crease behind this. It is color breaking, but for me, this is mostly just a cover grab. Now, for this next book, so this guy actually DM'd me. Uh, it was on one of these online marketplaces where they were just apparently they gathered a collection and they were trying to unload most of their stuff, but they didn't have time to actually, go through everything because they wanted to get rid of their inherited collection so that they can come up with some spare change. And to kind of like break it down, they were actually giving me a massive discount just to take this book off of their hands. And similar to issue #700, it's not in the best conditions. And this one goes out to Beauty Comics. You can rest assured that this one's going to go up on my top 50 books video when I put that out sometime later. But I can finally say that I have this issue in my collection. And that's The Amazing Spider-Man #300, the first full appearance of Venom. Now, I guess I can tell you what I paid for this, and that was only $150. But it does look just like the previous issue, does have a major crease on the back, but it doesn't deteriorate for me personally, the value, because, I finally have this in my collection. So let me know what you guys think about this comic haul, and I just want to thank you guys for being subscribed and watching and commenting, and take care, guys.